I'm recording now? Wonderful. Okay. So, let's see, what did I want to say? Welcome back to What Brooke Saw. It's raining outside! Which is delicious if it was nap time, but it's not. So, bear with me if I get a little bit distracted. I digress. I could actually wait to record, but why when my therapy appointment just happened and I want to get this up and out and into, your world. So, hello, this is What Brooke Saw, where I talk about my therapy sessions and therapy diaries. And it's good and I don't know that it's necessarily scandalous. That said, I had my therapy session after having a panic attack while driving. I was driving down the highway and I had a panic attack. It started with shortness of breath, and then it escalated into full-on tears and panic. And I was like, what is happening? And can I get off this road fast enough? I don't know. So we talked about that in my session today. We talked about what could have triggered it. And I think it started with, this is the big epiphany, right? So what I realized was the day that I had the attack was also the day that I got a direction from a manager, a new directive from one of my managers. And the instructions were kind of just like, take this project, run with it. And it didn't have like clear specifics about what success looked like. Now, this is where abandonment comes into play. So, I have daddy issues that stretch long. It goes deep and it goes far. At different points in my life, I've been estranged from my dad, but we've also had some really good times. So, when I got this directive from my manager, it was reminiscent of when my dad would withhold affection when I did something that displeased him. And that feeling of abandonment was being kicked up because of that. So that was one thing. That's the trigger. And I was like, great, now how do I stop having panic attacks? Which I haven't had one since that time, but I've been very nervous to drive as a result. So there are a couple of things that she was like, okay, let's step back and breathe for a second. First, she was like, okay, what is true? And that is that I'm good at my job, that I'm good at asking for help when I need it, that if I need additional resources, I can get it, that I am not in danger of losing my job, that I know of, and that what other people are saying about me, what my managers are saying about my work is, and the fact that they're giving me more responsibility is actually a compliment. But here I am kind of like poo-pooing on it and just being like, yeah, but do you mean it? Yeah, but like, do you realize that I can't do it? And yeah, like really telling them, I'm essentially calling them a liar. So that's one thing, is fact checking what I know to be true. And when you fact check, you're speaking objectively, right? So you're not just like, oh, it's because, my connections got me in the door and that's the only reason why I'm capable of getting new assignments given to me, right? What do your connections have to do with getting new things, handed to you because you can do the work, right? Or, the idea that, oh, luck got me here, or they are only being nice to me and that's the reason why they're, telling me I'm doing such a good job. All those things are just like subjective, also probably not true, probably the lie you're telling yourself. So I was like, okay, I can fact check. Great, that's one technique. The other one, which I'm going to check my notes because, again, these are candid, which means that I just had this conversation, which means that I have not rehearsed what I intend to say. Oh, yeah. So one thing I know to be true is that I can have amnesia about the good days. The good days, the days when I'm like, I'm on fire and, can't nobody do this job better than me. And frankly, like, I don't even know why, the fives bother because a 10 is in the room. Like, I can really pump myself up on the good days when things are going smoothly, when like, I'm feeling my like mood is level and like productivity is like just on point. Then there are the days where I'm struggling, which they're inevitable. They come. They're just like, they're unavoidable. And yet I can sit there and just like wallow in all this self-pity and just be like, this is it. This is how I go. This is the time. This is when the other shoe is going to drop. And I am going to cut that out. And I hope you do too. One, because human, right? And like having self-compassion and giving yourself grace to mess up. Like, mistakes will come. They show that you're making progress. Failing shows that you're even trying, right? And it shows growth. So I just am giving myself the space to realize that like I'm going to go through like a growth spurt when I like growing pains when I am handed new tasks that I'm unfamiliar with or that, I might not necessarily be comfortable with doing. The other thing that she taught me about these panic attacks, right? So I feel like it could work for a lot of other negative things that you don't necessarily want to do and you're trying to trick your brain to like not do them. So she was like, basically like kind of reverse psychology yourself. Say I'm behind the wheel and I'm scared I'm going to have a panic attack. She's like, okay, so take a moment and just say, okay, let's do this. We're going to have a panic attack right now. Let's do, gloves off, let's go. And so this is her, let me warn you, this is her talking, not me. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm hoping that it works. What you do is you have this pep talk where you're just like, all right, let's go. We're gonna have this panic attack right here. And your body will be like, no, not right now, not here. I'm not gonna have a panic attack and it's gonna work and you're not gonna have a panic attack. And I'm so excited because I'm hoping that actually does happen. I'm hoping that things like when I'm feeling tired or, just fatigued and whatnot for like some unexplainable reason, I can be like, all right, I guess we're just going to sit here and fall asleep right here, right now. And I'm hoping that my body is like, no, we're not falling asleep right now. We've got work to do. Like, I'm hoping that like strategy translates into other areas where it would be nice to not think and do the things that your body would naturally want to think and do. So basically what the lessons I'm taking from this particular session is that I am going to believe the story I'm telling myself. And so the solution is that I need to tell myself a different story, whether it's, no, you're not going to have a panic attack right now. You're just not, it's not going to be a thing, right? Or I need to tell myself that like, oh, absolutely you can do this work. Like, just psych yourself up and psych yourself out. And the other thing is she mentioned that I should totally like compartmentalize my stress time, my worry time. She's like, set a timer for 10 minutes and just, full out worry, go for it. And then reel it back in and you'll be good. And I was like, yeah, because sometimes more of the agony comes from how much I'm fighting myself on feeling the feelings and then doing it anyways. And I do at some point just need to be like, okay, we're just gonna feel it. Feel the worry, feel the fear, and then still go for it. So I'm hoping that this will help me to identify where some of my triggers are and how I can kind of overcome them. I'm really hoping that I don't have another panic attack because that was not fun. I'm so, thunder. Okay. Anyways, let's wrap this up, right? So I'm really, happy. Oh, the other thing that happened was that my mom and my sister both came to support me after this. So the other thing that happened is that my mom and my sister came to see me after I had the panic attack, and I cannot stress enough how happy I was that they were able to be there for me. Like, it's so important to have a support system and to be able to be vulnerable enough and ask for help, and to be open to accepting that help. I'm always trying to be superwoman and saving the day and all those things, but it's nice to be able to ask for help. So anywho, that's the video. That's the diary for today. Let me know how you handle your attacks with anxiety or panic, or if you just are having a fearful moment, how you kind of work through that in the comment section. And make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you like this video, and make sure you share it with a friend. I really appreciate it, and thank you so much for your support so far. Yeah. And I will talk to y'all later, and bye.